she's Jewish from Brooklyn. You want my cynicism? Why would he award it to a hack like Barbara Streisand so many years after her peak? Well, for one, he gets to say the word Jewish. That appeases the Jews who become very nervous with him for him having given the bomb to Iran and for having stabbed Israel in the back. Anyway, just the thoughts of Michael Savage. Do you remember years ago, I had a caller named Joe who called my show and he was ready to pull the trigger. He was sitting in a truck and he was ready to kill himself. I don't know if you remember this show. It's a very, very famous show. He said, Michael, I have no reason to live, and he explained why. And I talked him off the cliff of suicide. He sent me a letter, an email yesterday, which I will read you. You're going to hear what he made with his life as a result of not killing himself. And here's a message I put up on my Facebook page. Here is a message from a listener named Joe who called my show a few years ago, ready to pull the trigger and kill himself. What I learned from my religious teaching helped save this man's life. And here's what I, Michael Savage, learned from my religious teaching. It's a saying that went like this. He who saves a single life, it is as though he has saved the entire world. Isn't it odd that the practitioners of the religion of peace don't seem to remember that that's what religion is supposed to be about? Why is it that these throwbacks in ISIS, who claim to be so religiously pure, use their religion to take lives instead of saving lives? Doesn't it pervert the whole meaning of their religion? Doesn't it pervert the whole meaning of humanity? Of course it does. Many of you happen to be depressed or are living with depressed people, and sometimes they mutter to you or to themselves they're going to end their lives, and you don't take them seriously. If they start to sound like they're really getting seriously thinking about that, you need to walk them through what they will leave behind, because they don't know what's left behind. And you know what triggered this, and I don't want to dredge this up again. This was soon after Robin Williams had taken his life. He lives near me. And I thought it was a selfish act, and I'll say it again because I'm not going to go back on what I said. I didn't know the man personally. I met him a few times in the street. I thought he was a very nice man. I liked him a lot. He's a sweet man. But he didn't think about the devastation he left behind. And that's what I said. A man wanted to commit suicide. Why does he do it in his own house, three feet away from the wife in another room? What was that about? I said it's a selfish act. Now, I was criticized for that at the time. And maybe you don't like what I'm saying now, but I can't help that. This is one man's opinion. I want you to understand what I'm trying to say to you. He who saves a single life, it is as though he has saved the entire world. This show saved a single life. We saved the entire world. Let me read you the email from Joe. Came in yesterday. Hello, I'm not sure if this is the way I can submit an email to the Michael Savage Show, but it's the only email I have, he wrote. This is the Joe that Dr. Savage helped from suicide last year. I just wanted to say thanks. So much has happened in the last year and 3 months since the show. In August of last year, I am unbelievably grateful. In that time, our business increased threefold. I was hired to write, produce, and direct a novella in the Albuquerque area. I picked up 2 more scripting jobs that are paying handsomely, and I was recently contracted to work on a film in L.A. None of this would have happened if I pulled the trigger, Michael. All those things are great. However, the most beautiful part of my life is my wife and kids. We're all together building a life together. Watching my son learning the family business, really taking the initiative, my father's dream, would not have happened if I did the act of suicide. Savage should know he did a good thing, a thing that will last a lifetime, a thing this family will always remember until the day we leave the earth. He helped a family in need, and we are so grateful. With the world falling apart and all the negativity, I just wanted Michael to know what he did for us, produced positive energy in this world. All I can say is thank you. Happy holidays to the doctor and his family and all the folks at the Savage Nation. That's, to me, from Joe from New Mexico. And I put that up on my Facebook page. This came to me on my Facebook from Jonathan Taylor. Savage, you are the Rodin of the radio, the Bach of broadcasting, the Mozart of the microphone, the Aristotle of the airwaves. Thank you for posting Joe's letter. It is an amazing glimmer of light bursting through a vast sea of darkness. Thanks, Jonathan. You know, I've taken to the Facebook thing. I actually enjoy reading in the wee hours of the morning when I don't want to sleep. I actually enjoy reading comments. I tend to only eliminate those that are they're not, I don't care if they attack me really. I eliminate threats, any threats of killing anyone. We don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll read you some headlines. Muslims rally in Rome against the cancer of the Islamic State. Yeah, right, okay. How come there haven't been any rallies here by CARE? I haven't seen any rallies by CARE. Have you against the Islamic State? Defiant Merkel vows to stand by refugee policy despite security fears. That lunatic is like a twin sister for Obama. The worst lady, W-U-R-S-T. I keep repeating a bad joke, but I like it. I like the word worst. I love repeating the word worst. There's something pleasurable about it. You know, when I say worst, you know why I like it? It's funny how words have different connotations to different people. I know what the word means. When I was a little boy, my father had a store on the Lower East Side of New York. I've told you, on the corner there was a delicatessen named Katz's Delicatessen. In New York, people saying, oh, yeah, I know that place. Must have killed 10% of the Jewish population in New York in its time. From the corned beef and the pastrami and the schmal, the fat that people ate, God only knows. But it was delicious. So I would go down there, and I didn't understand some of they had a sign on the side of the wall. Remember, I was a young boy in the late 40s. And there was a sign on the wall that said, send a salami to your boy in the army. I didn't understand it. But in World War II and in the Korean War, people actually sent salamis to their boy in the army. Can you imagine? Today would probably be outlawed. If you sent a salami to your boy in the army, the FBI would probably come in to investigate you for sending a toxic food substance to a military member. God knows the world we're living in is insane. And tomorrow's Thanksgiving. I'm a little giddy. I'm not going to focus on all of this bad news out there. It's too much for me. Them bringing in gay Syrians as a priority, that's amazing. And then the other one, they ran out of bullets to shoot up the ISIS fuel trucks. Do you actually believe this? Which is the girl inside the White House who figured out how many bullets each plane should get? What, they give each of them 6 bullets? What, they send out an order from the White House, 6 bullets per plane only? And then they could have had to run away from the fuel trucks. I'll be right back.
Join the Savage Nation. Call now, 855-400-SAVAGE, 855-400-7282. Savage.
The Savage Nation is sponsored by Swiss America, the only company I trust with my financial future. Call 800-289-2646 or Swiss America. I want to show you why Trump is the only qualified candidate. Okay, Cruz would be good, but he can't win. He's not electable. I like Cruz, but he's not electable. Trump is electable. Cruz is not. Now, Graham is a backstabber. Bush is a loser, part of the Republican establishment. I want you to listen to what Graham, who should just get the heck off the stage and go back to doing what he does best, which is being a lawyer. Listen to what he happens to say about Russia and Turkey in clip number 10.
Turkey punched Russia in the nose. Good for Turkey. Russia is very provocative. They are killing the people we trained to take a side down. Our president is pathetically weak in the face of aggression.
Turn it off. This lousy thing, this creature, who wants to smash the borders open even more than they already are, is declaring himself a Republican, taking the side of Turkey under Erdogan, a man who is repeating all of the mistakes of the past. Turkey is going backwards under Erdogan, not forwards. Now, not to be outdone by stupidity, we now play none other than the loser Bush on the downjet. Here again is what you get from traditional neocon Republicans who want war with Russia. Here is Bush on the jet situation.
I believe Turkey, but it'll be verified by all sorts of ways through technology. Turkey is a NATO ally. They are an integral part if we're to be successful in the fight against ISIS and to change regimes, to take out Assad, which should be our objective. It used to be our objective. If we're serious about that, Turkey needs to be an ally, and we need to show support. I think President Obama was correct to say that every country has a right to self-defense. So Russia's not our ally in this regard.
Just shut up and go back to the neocon cave that you crawled out of. Go back with your brother to the neocon cave. Maybe you can give us another war now, this time with Russia, you idiot, you. I love it. Every country has a right to self-defense. How about the United States of America? Obama was big on Turkey's borders. How about America's borders, which he has destroyed? Secondly, the plane was shot down over Syria, not over Turkey. It was a provocation. It was a provocation by NATO. They wanted Russia to overreact to justify going up against Russia. It's that simple. A disgrace. And you know that Obama's not fighting the war against ISIS. You know that. Going against a line of trucks, of fuel trucks, and sending out leaflets in advance, telling the drivers to get out of the trucks, and then running out of ammunition. Have you ever heard of a modern military running out of ammunition when the airplanes were not at all threatened at all? They had no ammunition. Listen to clip 13 from your zero military, under your zero president, under your government zero. Clip 13 now.
The goal was to destroy every truck there. They ran out of ammunition before they were able to do that, but the desire was to destroy every single truck there.
Listen to this dunce that they got, this Kalakak from the mountains of the Ozarks, as a spokesmouth, a Colonel Stephen Warren. They ran out of ammunition, but their goal was to destroy every single truck there. You idiot, you. You don't even know that you're a laughing stock. You're being put out there like a moron. You sound like the white turkey that Obama pardoned.